co-chairs, and planning committee members who thought out of the bottle and created this event despite the challenges of COVID. Tonight, we're bringing the best elements of Chopsticks and Wine to you virtually. For those who purchased final night dinner packages, we hope you started to enjoy the amazing food prepared by a catered experience, along with your bottle of Silver Ghost Cellars Cabernet Sauvignon. In a few minutes, be ready to showcase your bartender skills as we break open the mixology kit to assemble your drink from Pint and Jigger. And finally, please keep your lucky draw tickets handy for when we call your number. To get us started, let's welcome our event chairs for Chopsticks and Wine with a twist, Lonnie Shinsato and Paul Yokota.
Hi, everyone. Aloha. Welcome. And thank you so much for joining us tonight on this final night as we celebrate Chopsticks and Wine the entire month. So thank you so much for joining. So Paul and I wanted to first start out by thanking people who, without them, we couldn't have made this event possible. So thank you, first of all, to our corporate sponsors. And if you could cue the slide, wonderful. Mahalo to our corporate sponsors. Thank you so much for purchasing a table. And we hope that you had a wonderful experience dining out. And I know we're going to hear from some of you in a few minutes. I'm really looking forward to hearing how your night went. So thank you very much to our corporate sponsors. We also want to thank our participating restaurants. Without you, we couldn't have had Chopsticks and Wine for the month of April. So thank you to MW.
Recording in
Technical difficulties. Sorry, everyone. To MW, Ruth, Chris, Sansei, and Rumfire. Thank you to all of you. We also want to thank Fujioka's. They curated the wine packages that I hope several of you enjoyed over the month. And they also selected the wines that went with our corporate tables. And I got a lot of good compliments on the wines that night. They were wonderful. So thank you to Fujioka's. We also wanted to thank the very generous donors to our silent auction and lucky draw. We had over 200 plus fabulous items that were donated, ranging from neighbor island getaways, hotel stays, restaurants, golf, chocolate, and even experience packages that were donated by our members. So if you haven't already done so, please check out our silent auction and start the bidding. So thank you to all of the donors. We also want to thank, last but not least, everyone who contributed to this final night celebration. So thank you to A Catered Experience. Thank you, Paul, for the delicious meal that we are about to enjoy at the chamber. And we also want to thank Fujioka's for the wine, and also Pint and Jigger, Dave Newman, who's going to be coming up soon in the program to do a mixology demonstration for us. So we're excited to see that. Thank you everyone so much. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Paul.
Thank you, Lonnie. You know, every worthwhile endeavor takes great effort and energy to make it a success. And this edition of Chopsticks and Wine faced unique challenges due to the pandemic, of course. And these challenges we've never faced before, never encountered before. Our team created a brand new event from the ground up and took this challenge on with positivity and great focus. And they found novel solutions. Chopsticks and Wine with a Twist was pulled off by this amazing group who persevered through so much and evolved a single large gathering into multiple more intimate events throughout an entire month, while maintaining the spirit of great food, wine, and hospitality. I'd like to recognize the members of our team. First of all, my co-chair, Lonnie Shinsato. Hey, we should applaud her more. She's the creative one. She's always poised and always positive. And yet she's willing to get in there and roll up her sleeves. Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you, Paul.
Mark Nakamoto, our Ways and Means chair. He's always rock solid and our solutions guy. He's our realist and our anchor. And then going to our committee chairs, our wine and beverages team, Arnold Hirotsu and Sydney Hamada did a terrific job on their selections. And they took it very seriously. They sampled a lot of wines for you.
Hard work.
Our restaurant team, Gordon Kagawa and Taryn Bohan, terrific job in making sure everything went smoothly there. Our marketing and promotions team, Christine Wada, Christine Ito, and Craig Hirosaki. Thank you all for your work. Our silent auction chair, Ina Chang, boundless energy, boundless energy. She did a fantastic job. Our logistics chair, Lyle Takeuchi. Our sales and finance chair, Gordon Nihei, kept us all in line. And our virtual event chair, who's running all this tonight, Jiro Kuramoto. I'd also like to pay special thanks to Derek Kanashiro and the volunteers for this afternoon's dinner distribution. They did a fabulous job. And I would definitely need to express our sincere thanks to Mai Shiomi, who has done all the behind the scenes work for Chopsticks and Wine and the upcoming Samurai Classic Golf Tournament. She put up with all the constant changes and demands with a smile. And finally, I'd like to express our sincere gratitude to Rika Hirata, Mao Shibata, Steve Teruya, because they were involved with us all along. They were supportive. They were reaching out to all of you in support of Chopsticks and Wine with a twist. And they were never ending in their energy and their involvement. So any worthwhile endeavor takes great effort and energy to make it a success. So these are the people we should all thank for making Chopsticks and Wine with a twist a reality. Mahalo.
Thank you, Lani and Paul. What great teamwork. And now we'll hear from this year's HJCC chair, Ms. Rika Hirata.
Thank you, Jason. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight's final night, Chopsticks and Wine with a Twist. I'm Rika Hirata, chair of the board of Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce. This year, we moved Chopsticks and Wine from October to April, and hoping we are able to do in person like usual, but the time we had to make decision, we could not commit ordinary event and decided to have something different. Thank you for Ways and Means Committee Chair, Mark Nakamoto, and Event Chair, Paul, and then Lani, and other committee members. They create a totally different style and great event. Immediate Chair and today's MC, Jason Ito, made a foundation for conducting events and meeting with Zoom, and we continue till COVID-19 situation get better, and started in-person events in February with a small group. We hope we are able to have normal Chopsticks and Wine events next year and then enjoy great wine and food together. The silent auction is still going on till 7 p.m. and we'll have lucky draw. So please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, Rika. And thank you to Jason Fukera and Fujioka's Wine Times for curating the spectacular wine packages, which many of you have purchased. Speaking for myself, it was a tough choice to make between the Wagner family package and the Taste of Italy package, but I hope you're enjoying your wines tonight. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the silent auction yet, please do so now as the auction ends promptly at 7 p.m. There's some nice items for bid: the Renew Med and Day Spa, Uniqlo, Hakuyosha, and gift cards to Watanabe Floral too. By the way, it's Mother's Day very soon, so just a friendly reminder. Tonight, we have fantastic prizes for our exciting lucky draw. A 2019 Chateau de Beaucastel, Chateauneuf du Pape, 4 tickets to a Las Vegas Raiders game on the 49-yard line, a 2012 Domenico Clerico Arte Langroso, a dinner for 2 at 100 Sales at the Prince Waikiki, and a 3-night stay at the Westin Maui Resort. We'll be drawing these numbers throughout tonight's programs, and you do not have to be present to win. If you purchased your tickets, or if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, or if you want to purchase more tickets, you can still do so by going to hjcc.org. So go check it out. This year's Chopsticks and Wine with a Twist is about the experience. While there weren't 1,000 people around you, the goal was to create a more intimate experience for you to enjoy with your friends. It's really about sharing great food and wine with people you care about. We're very pleased that we had a number of HJCC members who took that to heart and sponsored tables at our 4 distinguished restaurants. Sansei Seafood Restaurant and Sushi Bar at the Marriott Waikiki Beach by Chef DK Kodama, with 5 restaurants across Hawaii. Thanks, DK. MW Restaurant, the popular eatery by the husband and wife team of Michelle Carr Ueoka and Wade Ueoka, who recently moved to Symphony Honolulu in early 2021. Rumfire Waikiki, the Sheraton Waikiki's oceanfront high-energy lounge known for their unique cocktails, comfort food, and its glowing fire pits. And Roots Chris Steakhouse, founded in New Orleans in 1965 and now in 21 countries. Roots Chris' first restaurant opened in Hawaii in 1989. We want to thank all of our restaurants for being a part of this year's Chopsticks and Wine with a Twist. And in case you missed it, the 4 restaurants hosted an awesome deal for 8 guests for a 4-course meal. It also came with the curated wine package from Fujioka's Wine Times, gift cards for Fujioka's, plus 40 lucky draw tickets for tonight's event. In fact, Occidental Insurance President and HJCC former chair, Mr. Gordon Kagawa, generously purchased all 4 restaurant offerings. He said he enjoyed the food and wine, but he secretly just wanted all the lucky draw tickets. Gordon is here now to share his experiences. Hi, Gordon. How was your experience at Rumfire?
Hey, Jason. And it was awesome. Actually, you asked me for one word. I'm going to say impressive. Okay. Because first of all, I never thought of Rumfire as a restaurant. Okay. I always thought of it as a gathering place and more as a bar. Secondly, the service was impeccable. You can see some of these goons, but I actually went just with my wife. I did go to this one too, but I went with my wife and it was fabulous. And so we're gonna go again at another date and enjoy Rumfire again. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. And Gordon, what is your MW restaurant experience like?
Oh, MW was fabulous too. The food was awesome. Service was great. Even the new it's a new restaurant too. It's in that Symphony building, so that was nice to see. You almost want to buy a car before you eat dinner.
So was it just was it just the 2 of you, or did you have some guests with you?
No, we did the corporate dinner on that one. So we had some of our managers there and their guests.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad Sheila didn't have to cook.
Yeah, she's glad.
And so Gordon, you're with Occidental. How's your
Yeah.
team doing?
Our team is doing good. With COVID, it was a little of a slowdown for our business. But now that everything is pretty much back to normal, we're ramping up again. Business is picking up. We stand by for anybody. If you need life insurance, long-term care, financial services, we're here for our members.
Thank you for sharing, Gordon. And also thanks for buying all those 4 packages.
It was awesome. And those that missed out, you know what? There's next year, but I gotta say, everyone did a fabulous job. Paul, Lonnie, and the team. It was awesome. And so, I wish there was another month, but we'll do it next year, right?
Thanks, Gordon.
Thank
you can
you.
go back and continue drinking some wine now.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, everybody, just a reminder that our silent auction ends at 7 p.m. I think that's about 44 minutes from now. So if you've got your eye on anything, please don't be bashful and get your bid in now. In fact, if you're thirsty, there are several bottles to bid on. There's a 2017 Schrader LPV Beckstoffer Las Piedras Vineyard. There's a 2013 Camus Vineyard Special Selection Cabernet Sauvignon and a Hakushu 12-year single malt whiskey. So right now, take a look at your lucky draw, but it's now time now for our first lucky draw. So please remember that you do not need to be present to win. And for our lucky draw winners who are part of a corporate table, Mai will contact your table sponsor. But for those of you that were part of Gordon's table, I'm sure you know where the lucky prize will end up. So anyway, our first item is a 2019 Chateau de Beaucastel Chateauneuf du Pape, and it's right here actually, if you can see the screen. It was generously donated by HJCC member Neil Yokota, President and CEO of Stryker Winery and Yokota Public Relations. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel right now. Oh, so congratulations is to Gordon Nihei's corporate table.
Wrong, Gordon.
You gotta need to buy more tickets.
Wrong, Gordon.
So congratulations, Gordon Nihei. I think Neil Yokota donated that particular wine just to see if I could pronounce it correctly. But anyway. Okay, are you ready to practice your bartending skills? Please break open your mixology kit that came with your final night dinner package. I'd like to welcome mixologist Dave Newman from Pint and Jigger. And Dave, tell us what we're mixing up tonight.
Excellent. How's everybody doing? Thanks for having us. We're going to be mixing up an Angel's Envy Old Fashioned. So if you guys could crack it open, your kits that you got. I'm going to try to get one thing started a little bit quicker just so the sugar can dilute. But everybody should have gotten a swizzle stick and a mini bottle of Angel's Envy. The bottle's a little bit bigger. It's almost 3.2 ounces. So we're going to break out also our jiggers that came in a little white container. Open our jiggers out of there. One side's going to be a ½ ounce and the other side is going to be 1 full ounce. Going to open our swizzle sticks. Hopefully you guys have some ice handy. We've done a lot of these over the pandemic. So typically we would want to use a mixing glass for an old fashioned like this and a bar spoon. But not everybody might have that at home. So any container will work. I'm going to just use a regular old pint glass. You can use a cup, a mason jar, anything that you have handy. But we're going to want to go ahead and get that sugar stick in there and add the 2 ounces of whiskey. I'll go back and talk about some other things once we get this going. But we want that sugar to start diluting. Otherwise, the drink's going to be way too overpowering. So two full pours of the larger side of the jigger. And that should be letting us get the sugar stick in there. Give it a little stir. We're going to want to try to get this as much diluted as possible before we actually make the cocktail. Now I can jump back into why you guys should be listening to me, helping you make your old fashions. My name's Dave Newman. transferred out here in 2006 with Nobu when it was in Waikiki. Ran their bar for about 5 years and then opened Pint and Jigger 2012. We ran that until the pandemic hit, closed doors right as COVID hit. We're getting ready to reopen in the Alamona Hotel, hopefully in about a month and a half. So we're in an old spot called Yuzu. It's on the lobby level, down the hallway from Starbucks. They used to have a little tatami room upstairs, which we turned into Harry's Hardware Emporium, which is our speakeasy. And that's where I'm standing now.
Hey, Dave, can you show us a little bit about your place?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around, but the speakeasy is basically like you walked into 1930s Chicago or New Orleans. We definitely specialize in whiskeys. We got a nice back bar. We tried to bring as much as we could from the old space. So the ceiling, the tin ceiling tiles are from the old space. The bar top is actually from our old bar on King Street. We do a lot of barrel aged cocktails.
What time are you open in the day?
We'll be open in 4:30 at Pint and Jigger and 5:30 for Harry's.
Awesome.
There's a secret entrance to Harry's. I'll show you guys real quick, but this is our stairwell. I'll show you guys the back of the door. A lot of people like to hide the entrance to a speakeasy, but we hid both. So we have the entrance and the exit to Harry's. So this is the exit, fake bookshelf. Then this is Pint and Jigger. We tried to make this as reminiscent of the old spot, but so this is the doorway to get into Harry's. We kind of hid the shelf so that it disappears. And then when you come in, you'll come upstairs. We were able to find the exact same old wallpapers we used to have in the old spot and reuse as much as possible. Hi, everybody. We built a dumbwaiter so we could bring the food and bottles up from downstairs. So that'll run food and drinks up from Pint and Jigger to get the food up into Harry's. So
Looks very nice. Looks very nice.
thank you. Let me get you guys set back up
Hey,
there.
Dave, check this out. Check this out.
What you got?
I've got the drink right here.
With the clear ice.
See my swizzle stick, and there's a nice, beautiful, clear ice ball right in there.
Oh, nice. So as our swizzle stick is starting to dilute, you can actually use this to stir your ice in there as well. But try to get as much of that dilution in there as possible before we start. Angel's Envy is a 6-year Kentucky straight bourbon. Then it spends an additional 3 to 6 months in port wine casks. So for your wine drinkers, you definitely might pick up on that on the finish. We're gonna go ahead and we got a little bitters bottle, this cute little Angostura bottle. We're gonna go ahead and add that to the 2 ounces of our Angel's Envy. If we can get the top off. There we go. We can go ahead and we're gonna do basically the whole half of the bottle. So just one little dash on it should be good. If you don't have that bar spoon, like I said, you can either use that swizzle sticks or chopsticks work perfect. We did a lot of this over pandemic and we use chopsticks all the time. So we're gonna wanna go ahead and add our ice to our mixing glass and give that a good stir. Like I said, you can leave that chopstick in there. I mean, the swizzle stick with the sugar.
Hey, Dave.
And
Yeah,
do a nice little stir. incorporating that. And when we stir a cocktail, we're trying to do a few different things. We're obviously trying to bring the temperature down. We're also trying to get the right level of dilution. And then we're trying to also make sure that our cocktail is completely balanced. You'll see a lot of bartenders will either take a straw, put it in their mixed drink, and give it a taste to see where it's at. That's what they're checking for dilution. They're also checking to make sure they didn't forget any ingredients. With the old fashioned, it's pretty easy, as it only has 3 ingredients really. Also in our box, we can get our garnish ready. We have a couple of dehydrated orange slices. Just going to use one of these. I'm actually going to make my drink in a chilled coupe glass. I unfortunately just went to the dentist, and a super cold drink will not be fun for me. So definitely a good point to make them like you enjoy them. Now you can use those chopsticks or even that swizzle stick to stop the ice from going in your glass. Or if you have a proper bar strainer, you can use that. But during pandemic time, the chopsticks work really well. Just hold it so that it'll let the liquid out, but not the ice that you stirred it with. I'm gonna go ahead and add one of our garnishes. You can make a little slice on the edge of those, and you can actually have it rest on the edge of your glass if you like more of that style.
Sorry, do I want to?
So everybody can see that.
Looking good, looking good.
Then, so for a more traditional old fashioned, we'll just talk about that really quickly. What I would like to do is use that same half amount of bitters that you guys have left over. 1 sugar cube, just a standard white sugar cube that you get from the store. So I touched that one with the fresh one. So if I was gonna make one, if you guys wanna make more down the road, I'll take a fruit peeler, do a little slice off the orange twist. I'm gonna twist that into my mixing glass. And then add the remainder of that bitters. If you actually have a bottle of Angostura, you're gonna wanna do 4 dashes. So you guys can make some more down the road. Take a muddler, and we're gonna just gently muddle that sugar cube and the orange twist together. We're trying to use that sugar to pull as much of the orange oils out of the twist as possible. And then again, we can go back to our Angel's Envy or any of your favorite bourbons that you have at home or rye. And we're gonna do 2 ounces again. So one of the keys that I teach my bartenders at Pint and Jigger, we would start the drink to this point, and we would take a few minutes at that time, either to talk to the guest or to start making another drink. What you don't want is at the bottom of your old fashioned, when you pour that last bit out, that you get a bunch of granulated sugar. So you're gonna wanna actually stir this before you add any ice to it, or let it sit for a couple minutes and let that sugar cube dissolve. That muddling of the orange is really gonna accentuate that flavor. So you're looking for 4 flavors. You're looking for the whiskey, the orange, the bitters, and a little bit of sweetness from the sugar cube. So once I have my sugar cube completely diluted, then I'll go ahead and add my ice, stir that up, check for the dilution, and then typically pour that over a big cube of ice. And then at that point, I'll do another twist and maybe a cherry as a garnish. Some places like them, some don't. But when you twist this, what you're actually looking for is the oils that are inside the outside the skin of the orange. You want that to be facing the rim of your glass that you're going to be putting your cocktail into. So if I poured into this glass, I would want the peel facing down, and I'm squeezing it to get the oil out. And then you want to rub that skin portion all the way around the glass. The reason why you do the entire glass is no matter where I drink from, that opposite edge is always closest to my nose. It's going to have the most olfactory impact. Does everybody have their cocktail ready?
Hey, Dave. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem is this little bottle looks like it was sat out in the sun too long and shrank. So I had to go to the wine cabinet or the liquor cabinet and pull out the big brother.
Nice. I like that.
Hey, Jerry, you are prepared.
I happen to have one on hand already before I even find out that we were using it for tonight. So
Awesome. So I will let you know that those bottles, the small bottles, are you can take them on the airplane. They fall in right under what the TSA limit. So you can carry them onto the plane if you really want. But you didn't hear that from me. I'd love to raise my glass to everybody. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for having us. And if you guys have a couple questions, I can definitely stick around to answer. And cheers, everybody.
Dave, what an outstanding session. You know, you did drop off these items, and perhaps you can give it away to someone special tonight.
So we have a mixology kit that we dropped off. It has a nice Japanese Carico set tin, an Angel's Envy etched mixing glass, which are really beautiful, which is the one that I have here. Angel's Envy strainer, a couple of other goodies for Derby Day. Let's see. Let's do a question. Let's see if anybody ever came to Pint and Jigger. Can anybody name any of the cocktails we ever served over at Pint and Jigger? Did anybody ever stop by to have one of our cocktails?
Hey, someone raise your hand, raise your hand.
If not, we can switch to a question about maybe bourbon in general. See if we have any bourbon drinkers out there. There's a few rules to classify you as bourbon. One is that you got to be made in the United States. Another is that a certain percentage of your mass bill has to be made up of corn. If anybody can put in chat what that percentage is, that can be the proud winner of our mixology kit.
That's a great question. Okay, we'll go check that out. But Dave, thank you very, very much for your time. The bar looks great, and
Thank
can't
you.
wait for the brand new opening. But thank you very much. I think there's a tremendous appreciation for the bartending skill as a profession. Now, I always thought that when they put the straw in there, they're drinking part of my drink.
Well, we're doing that too.
Okay.
It's a little higher than 40%. To be a bourbon, you got to have a little bit more than 40. So see if we get anybody else that has the correct answer. We're still waiting on permits from the Department of Permits and Planning. As soon as we get cleared on that, then we're about 3 to 4 weeks out from opening. So we'll definitely post it on social media and let you guys know. And hopefully we'll see you down here.
Yeah, we'll send it to all of our hundreds of members.
Just pulling up that chat.
Okay.
All right, well, we gotta have to. Oh, we're inching up, but we're still not quite there yet.
Okay, we'll monitor the chat, Dave.
Okay,
And maybe you can secretly text us and tell us what that percentage is.
can do.
Okay. Thank you so much. Great job.
Everybody have an enjoyable evening. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Bye.
So we've got about 22 more minutes for the until our auction closes at 7 p.m. But if you enjoy live theater, please bid on your tickets to Kumukahua Theater, Manoa Valley Theater, Diamond Head Theater. And another cool idea is to have your name up in lights on the marquee at the Hawaii Theater. Very, very cool. So now it's time for our second lucky draw. Please remember again that you do not need to be present to win, so you can still buy more tickets at hjcc.org. The prize is a 2012 Domenico Carico Arte Long Rosso. In fact, it's right here. Let me pull it out. And remember, it's a magnum. So you can enjoy this with a lot of your friends. The magnum of the Arte Long Rosso was thoughtfully donated by Jason Fuketa and Fujioka's Wine Times. Let's spin the wheel now to find out who our lucky number is. Hope it's me. Okay, so it's the HC&D corporate table. Awesome. So congratulations. You know, HJCC member Nelson Oyatamori is the regional branch manager at Primary Residential Mortgage. He sponsored a table at Roots Chris last weekend. So if we can get Nelson on, maybe we can ask him a few questions. Hey, Nelson, how was your dinner?
Hey, Jason. It's always fantastic at Ruth Chris, one of our favorites.
Yeah, and
But
you know,
by
so
the
when
way,
you,
By the way,
Yes,
I'm sorry, I was watching that. It took way too long to drink. So this is my technique. Usually I grab a can, hold it firmly, and pull back on the tab and enjoy. That's
Smart man.
usually the quicker way to enjoy alcohol.
smart man, and it stays cold too. What is the favorite part of your dining experience?
Favorite part?
Yeah.
Um, I would say the favorite part for this event, this dining experience, was just the feeling of being grateful to be able to support various organizations that give back to the community, and of course, especially in this case, the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, that's awesome. How was your steak?
um, which one, the first one or the second one? Because we ordered extras. So
Wow, wow, that's
they,
nice.
they both were awesome, and we ordered some lobster sides also. So and excuse me, crab legs and things to enhance our meal. So it's always again, Ruth Chris at Waterfront is always, it's one of our favorites. I mean, it has to be. That's where I proposed to my wife, Kei Mukegawa. So
Oh, that's special.
it's got to
That's
be
special.
it's got to be a favorite.
Congratulations. Thanks again for sponsoring the table. But you know, Primary Residential Mortgage, what's happening? Anything exciting?
Oh gosh, mortgage rates are in the news. So for the past 3 years, we've been
I know.
crazy busy. And my wife, Kei Mukegawa, she's the owner of Engel and Volkers Honolulu, so she's in real estate. So between the two of us, we've been going 18-hour days and just cranking out. But interest rates have gone up in the past few months, but we're back to a more normal pace now. But we're still busy, and we have time to sponsor events and enjoy dinner. So you guys made it in. If you asked us 2 years ago, maybe we couldn't have time to go to dinner because we were so busy. But we do have time now.
Thanks, Nelson. Thanks for sharing your experience and for sharing your
Sure.
comments. I was hoping that you had picked a steak that had a bone, so I could take the bone home from you and then share it with my little doggies. But thanks a lot for participating. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, gang, don't forget to bid on our silent auction. For many people, it seemed like Roots Chris was a very popular choice for dinner. So our co-chair of tonight's event also selected Roots Chris. So Lani Shinsato is the Director of Customer Energy Resources Programs at Hawaiian Electric. And she also sponsored a dinner for two at MW as well. But let's start with your dinner at Roots Chris, Lani. How was your dining experience?
It was fantastic, Jason. I really loved it. Absolutely delicious.
So why did you pick Roots Chris?
Well, I went with my team and I knew that my team were pretty much carnivores and they would love a good steak. So that's why I chose Ruth's Chris.
Awesome, awesome. So let's shift gears now and talk about the MW restaurant. How was that experience?
MW was wonderful. So I went with my husband to MW. We had a wonderful date night. Neither of us had been there before. So we were really impressed. Everything we had was super delicious and the service was excellent as well.
So what would be a best word to describe your evening? One word.
Hard to put it down into one word. I would say one is fun. Because it was just great to get out again and see faces in person. And sorry, I know this isn't one word, but I would say also long awaited because it's been so long since, we've been in COVID and staying at home. So it was really, really nice to get out and enjoy great food and support our local restaurants.
That's awesome. I thought your one word was going to be full.
Full would count as well.
So what's happening at Hawaiian Electric?
So we're doing a battery bonus program. So if any of you are interested in getting a battery, thank you, Jason. You applied already, right?
Yeah, it's installed. It's
Good.
working. It's working really good.
I'm so glad. Great. So we're offering a upfront incentive for customers who want to invest in a battery, and then you get a monthly incentive after that. So if you're on the fence and you were thinking about it, now is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, and it looks cool on the app too. You can watch what your battery is doing.
Exactly. You can see all your usage. Yeah, it's great. Help us get
Thanks,
to
Lani.
100% renewables. Thank you, Jason.
And especially thanks for buying 2 packages. Awesome. So it's time for our lucky draw. But before the lucky draw, the correct answer to Dave's question was 51%. 51%. Okay, so you guys are close, but you needed to get a little bit more up there. So now it's time for our third lucky draw. It's a dinner for 2 at 100 Sales Restaurant and Bar located on the 2nd floor of the Prince Waikiki Hotel. This was kindly donated by HJCC member Josh Hargrove, General Manager of the Prince Waikiki, with a value of $125. So let's spin the wheel. The wheel's coming, I promise. Miles Shibata. Miles is our incoming chair elect. Maybe Miles will send me a text message and maybe he'll want to donate it back. But we'll see. Anyway, so Roots Chris again was very popular. So board chair Rika Hirata also selected Roots Chris. So Rika, where are you? Can you tell me how you like your dinner experience at Roots Chris?
Yes, that was wonderful. And the service was great. And it's kind of long time that, we haven't get together, like, the 8 in a one room. And it was so good. And then the wine that, they provide by the HACC was good. And I really, really liked it. And actually that we had a consul general with us, and then he enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you because I didn't receive your invitation. So I wanted to know who were some of your guests. So I see that, everybody's there, and I think you could have added a seat on the end of the table for me.
Well, I call you, but you never answer the phone. So
Okay, got it.
I couldn't invite you.
Okay.
And also I have to add that, our board member that Tetsuya Ted Kubo from JTB was with us too.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So were you happy with your dinner select? What is your best part of the dinner?
Of course, steak.
Very
But
good.
I was very surprised that the one of the the alternative entree was stuffed chicken, and then I learned from the other member of the chamber that that is Ruth Chris is very famous with the stuffed chicken. Yeah, so yeah,
Maybe we
and
can
then-
go next week. You can invite me next week.
Yeah, sure, we'll do.
Thanks. So Rico, what's exciting at First Hawaiian Bank?
Okay, we're going to upgrade the system. So we hope that, that we can provide much faster, better service. And then also we're recognized by Forbes magazine as one of the world's best bank. So we really proud of that.
Wow, nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, everybody, let's look at the clock. It's 6:49, so time is getting short. And are there? I don't know. I'm sure if there's any singers in the house, but there's a few certificates for 2 hours of karaoke in the VIP room at JS Studios. If you need to bid on that, and we're gonna go to our fourth lucky draw now, and this is a very exciting one. It's for 4 tickets to the first 2022 Las Vegas Raiders football preseason game with 4 seats on the 49-yard line. And the reason it's not on the 50, I think, is because there's an aisle there. So it's been graciously donated by an anonymous HJCC member, but the value is $800. So let's go spin the wheel and find out who's going to the Raiders game in Las Vegas. All right, disposable products, primary source, corporate table. Congratulations, congratulations. If you only have 3 people, you can invite me. One of the fun experiences at past Chopsticks and Wine events was the recommendation received from friends who tasted samplings at the food stations. Tonight's numerous interviews give you a similar glimpse into the 4 restaurants who participated in this year's Chopsticks and Wine with a twist. It appears that MW was another popular choice for the sponsored table dinners. So Paul Yokota was one of those who recently dined at MW. Besides being tonight's co-chair, Paul is also the president of FCS Enterprises, which is the parent company of Zippy's, Napoleon's Bakery, Food Solutions, and a catered experience, who created your dinner that you're enjoying tonight. So Paul, can you tell us, why did you choose to dine at MW restaurant?
Thanks, Jason. We chose MW because Michelle and Wade and Kathy always do a fantastic job. And we knew we were going to have a great evening. And it was.
And what is the favorite part of your dinner?
The favorite part, something like what Lonnie said, people have been apart for so long, and we hadn't had a chance to get out and celebrate and get together, and that was my favorite part. It was the banter that everybody was saving up all these years.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. With FCH being such a large company, what other exciting things that we may not know about? What's happening with you guys?
Well, something on the horizon, extremely exciting for me, and I hope for everyone else. We're finally have shovels in the ground at our Las Vegas property. So we're going to be very busy getting prepared to open up in Las Vegas, and successive locations there. So I'll have my hands full, and the team that you see in the photos, many of them are our executive team, and they're going to have their hands full as well. But for one night, we had a great time at MW. We got to get together, enjoy each other's company, and like I said, banter. They were very good at banter.
Thanks for sharing, Paul. And by the way, I know you're probably spending some time in Las Vegas, but don't forget to think of us at the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce. Now, there's a lot of things happening in the next few months, so keep us in mind.
Okay, of course. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Paul. There's even less time to bid as we get closer to 7 p.m. It's only 7 minutes away, but I do see gift items from Aloha Tofu and Minamito Kichuan, gift cards to Chef Zone, Target, Beer Lab too. And if you have a construction project ready on your list, Look for item number 200. It's 6 cubic yards of ready-mix concrete from HCND. Sanse Restaurant and Sushi Bar was also a popular choice and was selected by HJCC member Taryn Wells. However, Taryn is a bit shy, so she didn't want to do an interview, but she did share some awesome photos of her experience. And she let us know that Sanse's menu featured a Waikiki fireworks roll with shrimp tempura, broiled unagi, avocado, and spicy tuna, a sesame seared koji ono salad, a rack of lamb, and an island malasada sundae. So I was hoping that we would see some pictures, but maybe that's coming up soon. Anyway, it sounds super delicious. But on the other hand, not too shy to share her dining experience at MW Restaurant is our good friend Jody Nozoi Chang. She's the managing director at Wells Fargo Advisors. So Jody, was there a particular dish that you and your guests enjoyed at MW?
Well, hi, Jason. Well, you know how I'm such a wonderful cook, right? Not. So I really like I like to go to restaurants where it's not easy to make all these dishes, right? So of course, the butterfish, right? Love the butterfish. It was miso honey glazed, and and truffle braised short ribs. So anything with truffle, right? It's just delicious. So there's our
So
group.
looks good. You guys are looking good over there. Say hi to Bob.
So you see this picture, you see that behind me, that's Gordon and Sheila Kagawa.
Oh,
So I know Gordon was spying on me to make sure that I was being Bob and I were being good. So I think we were. Gordon, on the other hand, Gordon.
well, I hope you put your bar check on Gordon's tab.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would be, if you had to select one word, what one word would you pick to describe your experience?
So as my husband always tells me, I don't get out much. And, it's been like, we've all been, it's COVID. I've been extremely busy with work. And, we have 2 daughters, right? They're 5th and 6th grade now. So this one word I would describe, I say epic. And the reason is that, you remember the Women's Diversity Initiative? We did this whole study on how women love to multitask. Well, this thing was like, I haven't seen my friends in a while. So it was, hanging out with friends. It was date night, although Bob and I didn't sit next to each other, but still I could see him from across the table. We had wine, good food, right? And that always is a great combination, and good friends, right? Because I haven't been able to just hang out with kids, work, trying to, keep safe during this pandemic has been pretty tough, I'm sure, for everyone. So this was a really ingenious idea that the hardworking HACC people did. So I'm hats off to all of you who put in all that work. Phenomenal event.
That's awesome. You did mention about work. So can you tell me what's going on at Wells Fargo Advisors?
So I'm sure all your portfolios, right, have been doing really well last year, and you paid a ton of taxes. And then all of a sudden this year, right, we're in this whole geopolitical issues with Russia, Ukraine. So, I think people always, they're looking for someone to talk to, right? Resources. They want to know what's happening. Similar to what we all are, right? HGCC is a place where we all can get together, share ideas, help each other. Wells Fargo Advisors, we do that for our clients. And it's been, when they always say, like a doctor, right? When the patient is sick, you have to work harder. So the market's been really good, but also, it has some volatile periods. So we've been a lot of questions out there. So we've been there to answer them.
Thanks, Jody. Appreciate you sharing with us. And by the way, there's only 3 more minutes, so go look on the website and put your bids on. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Thanks, Jason.
Again, it's getting closer to 7 p.m. I see some McKinley car wash tickets over there and oil change and tire rotation from Midas. It's your last chance to bid. So let's go to our lucky draw number 5. It's time for our final lucky draw. The prize is a 3-night stay at the Westin Maui Resort and Spa and an ocean view room in the Kukahi Ocean Tower. The generous prize was donated by the Westin Maui Resort and Spa Kaanapali at a value of $2,250. So are you ready? Let's spin the wheel. The wheel's coming. Hope it's me. Awesome. Damon Keelyong, Kupchak Castert, corporate table. Awesome. I can hear some yelling in the background for that table. But congratulations again to all of our lucky draw winners. And we finally come to the end of our program. And we thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. I hope you enjoyed your meal, wine and cocktail, and had a lot of fun. We've got 1 more minute to go on the silent auction, but just one last housekeeping item. If you did win your silent auction item, we will contact you and you will have 48 hours to pay for your items, and all unpaid balances will be processed by May 2nd, Monday at 7 p.m. using the credit card that you used to register for the auction. However, if for some reason the payment cannot be processed, the items will be offered to the next highest bidder. And also, please remember, you need to pick up your item at the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce office between May 16th and 20th, between 10:30 and 3, because the office will be preparing for the annual Samurai Classic Golf Tournament, which I hope that all of you registered for. But if you need your prize before then, because May 8th is Mother's Day, if you need your prize before then, please call the office and leave a message so we can arrange for you, because we want to make sure we take care of that for you. At this time, I'd like to welcome back Lonnie and Paul to share their final thoughts with us.
Thank you, Jason. So just thank you again, everyone, to our corporate sponsors, to the restaurants who participated, to Fujioka's, to everyone who donated so generously to our silent auction, and then for all of the help and contributions to this final night celebration. We are truly grateful. Thank you so much.
And I need to thank everyone who helped put this together, from Lonnie and our committee chairs to Jason tonight. Everybody did above and beyond. Everybody did such a great job, and it could not have been done without everyone's effort. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope that we're all together next time we do Chopsticks and Wine, huh,
Yeah.
Lonnie?
Yes, in person next
Thank-
year.
In person.
Thanks, Paul and
Thank you.
Lonnie. You know, I did make a big mistake tonight, and I gave away the percentage. So we're gonna do a another lucky draw for the package that Dave Newman had given us. And it's this awesome bartending kit. So we are gonna run another lucky draw for some lucky person. So that's gonna come up very soon. And here we go. I think it's gonna be me. Oh no, congratulations. Occidental Underwriters of Hawaii Corporate Table. Awesome. Gordon, make sure you give it to one of your guests now. But again, thank you very much for joining us for Chopsticks and Wine with a Twist. We sincerely appreciate your support of the HJCC and our 122-year legacy
Look at him right there. Look at him
and
dancing.
being a part of our mission of members supporting members. Gordon, you're looking good up there. Looking good. And everybody, please check the
Congratulations, Kagawa.
Please check the HJCC website and social media for updates on our upcoming activities. We hope to see you at the next HJCC event. Have a fun night and enjoy yourselves. And if you're not at home, please drive safely. Aloha, everybody. Take care. Thank you.